Hi guys, welcome back to the channel with Steph.
Phoebe.
And today we're here at Alton Towers for the 2025 season.
Yeah, it's the opening day, so it's already very busy. Like, you can't tell behind us, we're somehow stood in a spot where you can't see no people, but around us there's loads of people. But today we're just gonna, because it's a busy day, we're gonna just try and see what we can get on in a day.
Yeah.
Because obviously a lot of people, when they're thinking of coming to like bigger theme parks like Alton Towers and Thorpe Park and stuff, they want to know what they can get on a busy day. They don't want to know what a quiet day is like, because most people come on a weekend. So we thought we might as well do it today. And also because as Merlin passes are running out and we haven't used as £5 off fast track voucher things that we get with them, so we have used as 4 of them today. So we're going to see if it's worth having them as well. So if it's worth paying for fast track.
Yeah, definitely. So the sun's shining at the moment, so let's get riding. Right, we're in the park now. We are making our way to our first ride. Where are we going, Phoebe?
We're thinking of going for Rita first.
Rita.
So hopefully, because it's kind of the furthest away, it shouldn't be too bad. Well, that's if it's open anyway, because I think towards the back end of last season it was closed for some maintenance need doing, didn't it?
It did.
So we'll see what's what.
And the park opening hours today are
10 to 8.
10 to 8, so we're going to see how many rides we can get on in that time.
So hopefully we'll get plenty. Like you say, we've done 4 fast tracks, so we've definitely got 4 rides already before we start. So we just need to add to them 4 now.
Yeah, that's it, and hopefully the Sky Ride's open later on today.
Yeah.
I haven't currently seen it move yet, but...
No, we just need to, hopefully that opens and then we'll get a good, like, full lap round. Not just like from Dark Forest to Forbidden Valley, we'll do a full one way.
Yeah.
And class that as one ride.
And class that as one ride. So keep with us and we'll catch you when we go on this first ride.
Right, so as you can see, we did go down to Dark Forest. And what did we discover, Steph?
Everything was closed!
Already, and it's only 10:30 now.
Yeah.
So we've decided to come up to the world of David Walliams and see what's open around here, because we had a look on the app, didn't we? And everything that is open, like Oblivion, Smiler, Wickerman and all that, are all at like an hour plus queues already, aren't there?
Which we was expecting, because obviously it's open day.
Yeah, but we're expecting to hopefully have got on Rita and 13 potentially quick.
Yeah.
With them being the furthest away, but that didn't work out. So
they are down, aren't they?
Now we're heading to the world of David Walliams to hopefully get on Gangster Granny the ride. So fingers crossed this is open.
Fingers crossed.
Well, as first ride of the day, Gangster Granny. Are you ready, Steph?
I'm ready.
Woohoo! I thought we might have been on a big thrill coaster this morning, but no, we're going with Gangster Granny instead.
And it's walk on.
Yeah, which isn't too bad. It's the best thing to do really, is try and come for your more kiddie rides first when it's quiet. And then you get all your bigger rides done later when everybody else is waiting for these. Nice little walk on of Gangster Granny.
Ride number 1.
Yes.
The crown jewels have been stolen. The investigation team are on site now. Detective Precinct 5 will be held up to investigate.
Well, that's Gangster Granny done. 1 down. Hopefully plenty more to go.
It'd be nice if every queue were like that.
Oh yeah, it would. At first we didn't even realise, did we?
We didn't know, because there were a staff member stood at the ride entrance and we thought it were closed because it said it wasn't going to open till 11 o'clock.
Yeah, because you looked on the app, didn't you? And then we were like, oh, there's a staff member there. Oh, we think it's closed.
Yeah.
So we thought, oh, we'll just have a little bit of something to eat. before we go in, and then some people came round and went straight onto it, and we're like, is it open?
Let's go.
So we went straight onto it. Nice walk on queue for Gangster Granny, so one down, hopefully a lot more to go.
Time now, as rides about to stop. Can we just ask that you don't drink while the ride's going, thank you.
Okay then, sit up straight, hold on tight.
Right, as you can see there from the footage we've just done, we've just had ride number 2 on the carousel.
It's not a big ride, but it's still a ride nonetheless.
And it still counts.
Exactly. Steph were like, oh, should we go at carousel while we're round here? And I thought, oh yeah, why not? We're trying to see how many rides we can get on.
Why not?
So another one added to the list. Done.
Yeah, never ticked off. Should we go back down to Forbidden Valley, see if it's open?
Dark Forest.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, we might as well while we're around here go see if Rita and 13 have opened. Obviously we've still got a fast track later for 13, but if we can try and get a quick ride on it now, it's still going to be technically 2 rides.
Yeah.
Because we've been on it twice, but hopefully they've got them sorted. I don't know what was actually going on. I don't know if they've broken down for maintenance or if they just wasn't open yet, but we'll soon find out when we get down there. As you can see, Rita's now open and we've got a 45-minute queue, so let's get joining it and see if it's actually going to be 45 minutes or not. But it's first major coaster of the day, so not too bad.
Well, we've just had us ride on Rita.
Oh, it took a while because when we joined the queue we didn't realise it was only running on one train.
One train, and that took forever. It was not a 45-minute queue.
No, it ended up being about an hour, didn't it?
It did.
Because now it's 12:30. So it's taken us a little bit more than an hour. It's took about an hour 20.
Yeah, something like that.
By the time we've actually been on the ride, got off, and then obviously got all this stuff. Looked at his picture was funny.
That was so funny, that packed a punch.
I would have bought the pictures, but they've put the pictures up to £30, haven't they?
They have.
For that's for just the digital all day, isn't it?
Yeah, I think so.
But £30 is a lot of money to not have anything physical. You know what I mean?
Yeah, very true.
I understand if you still at least get a physical copy with it, but it's a lot of money for me. Especially on busy days like this where if you can't get on many rides, you're not getting your money's worth out of it.
No, definitely not.
So, but that's 3 rides down now.
Yeah, where are we heading next?
I'm thinking maybe Oblivion.
Okay.
So obviously most people go to X Sector and that lot first. X Sector and Wickerman.
Yeah.
And then they make their way a bit further back, so I'm hoping that this might be a bit quieter now.
Hopefully.
So we'll see.
We'll see you down there.
Right, as you can tell, we're definitely not near Smiler and Oblivion because we went down there and the queues were like 80 minutes I think for the Smiler and then 60 minutes for Oblivion, which we thought, that's a lot. So we've made our way over here to the Curse of Alton Manor. And surprisingly enough, this is still a 30-minute queue, which I have never ever known the Curse of Alton Manor have a queue that long.
No, it's normally just walk on.
Yeah, or at least most 10 minutes, but never 30.
No, that's it.
But here we are, another ride. Let's get on.
Well, that was a very good ride, that on Alton Manor.
I know.
It advertised at a 30-minute wait, but it must have been about 5.
Well, yeah, definitely was not 30 minutes.
No.
Like, by the time you've walked around the queue bit, and then obviously got to where the queue stops.
Yeah, definitely.
And then because it's a constant free-flowing ride, you were pretty much straight on. So I don't get why they had it advertised at 30.
No.
I really don't. Like, we were only like 10 like I said when we joined the queue, the most I've ever seen the queue at is 10.
Yeah.
So I don't get why it wasn't advertised at that, because that's what we waited pretty much.
Yeah, really quick.
Yeah, so another ride done.
So what ride counts that now, Phoebe?
I don't have a clue, to be fair. But I'm sure when I'm editing, I'll put it on the screen. But we'll have a think about it and see obviously what we're at now. But we're down in Forbidden Valley, so we'll see what
And another
we can get on.
And another thing I've noticed while we're walking around the park, I know it's got nothing to do with how many rides we get on, but all the little game booths that used to be around the park, they've got rid of most of them.
All the carnival games, have got rid of them, and they've just put
Claw machines in the place.
the big, massive, big one claw machines. They've just put them in the place, which I think's boring because you can't win off of claw machines
Not really.
as easy.
No.
Whereas carnival games, you can kind of, if you have a bit of luck behind you, you can get the prizes. But now it's a bit harder to get them, so that's a bit unfortunate to see. But let's see what we can get on round here. Well, as you can see, we went down to go and have a look at Toxinator down in Forbidden Valley,
What have you got in your throat?
and it was very busy down there.
It was very, very busy.
Galactica were closed as well, so we couldn't obviously go on that. And I think Nemesis were 55 minutes, I think, wasn't it?
Yeah.
So that wasn't too bad, but we are also with family and friends, so they can't really go on Nemesis, so we didn't want to let them sit around for an hour when it's so cold.
That's it. It is quite cold today.
So, and plus we've got a fast track for it later, so we'd rather wait for that.
Yeah.
So we're going to go see what else we can get on. And hopefully get on quite a few things, because I think we're going to go and have a look in Seabeaver's Land, aren't we?
Yes. So at the moment we just seem to be doing all the flat rides.
Yeah, all the smaller rides.
Because like we say, it is really busy today. So
Which was expected for opening day.
Yeah.
So we're not doing too bad. We've got on quite a few things. I want to try and get a few more coasters done. Hopefully we can try and go get on Oblivion. Hopefully that queue's gone down a bit, because 50 minutes is a bit ridiculous for Oblivion. I do love it, but 50 minutes is a lot for 10 seconds.
yeah.
But yeah, we'll go down to CBeebies Land and see what we can get on down there. To CBeebies Land we go. Oh look, there's a Steph. We're in CBeebies Land! Yeah, in the most colourful part of the park. Right, so we're here in CBeebies Land, and most of the rides are like 10-15 minutes, aren't they? So it's not too bad if you're bringing little kids, but obviously with it being a little, like, not busy, because obviously the queue rides aren't busy, it's just the fact of it is quite full of kids around here, so we kind of didn't want to add ourselves to the queue when we don't have a reason to really go on them. But we would have been able to kind of get quite a few done. I think the only thing that was busy was in the Night Garden boat ride, so I think that was 25 minutes. But we've come round here to Octonauts, and that's only 10 minutes, so I'm going to go and have a ride on here. Because unfortunately you can't fit on it, can you? Because obviously it's made for kids, so it is a bit of a tight squeeze, so I'm going to go and have a ride on it.
Right guys, we've just done a lovely ride there on the Smiler.
Yeah, I think that's probably one of the smoothest rides that I've ever had on the
It was,
Smiler.
yeah, I agree, it was very smooth.
For a long time as well, especially since it's 4 o'clock in the afternoon. It's normally got a bit rough by now, but
Yeah.
I didn't think it was too bad, to be fair.
No, and like you said, the normal queue was what, 90 minutes?
90 minutes when we joined it, but we didn't join the main queue because we had as fast track, as single fast tracks. So obviously we've mentioned that we've got 4 of them, so we've used this first one now on the Smiler, and I think it was just, even though obviously it's an added expense, it does make your day a lot better because you're not having to stand around in a 90-minute queue. We only waited, what, 5-10 minutes?
Yeah, straight on.
It's well worth that £12
Yeah.
for a single fast track. Like if if you're able to get on like most of the rides, but there's like the odd one or two that you haven't been able to get on, them single.
But you really want to go on it.
Yeah, them single solo fast tracks are worth the £12, I think, because like you say, 90 minutes, 5 minutes. It's a big difference, and it's well worth it if you're wanting that to get on that one ride.
Definitely, like you say, weighing them both up, I'd rather pay the £12 and just get straight on it than having to wait 90 minutes.
Yeah, definitely, especially at the moment in middle of March when it's freezing. Being stood around in queues is not nice when you're cold.
No.
So being able to just get straight in, straight on, and then being able to carry on walking around rest at park and warm yourself back up.
Keep warm, yeah.
is loads better. But we're not doing too bad. That's ride number 6 now, because obviously I went on the Octonauts, which was 5, and then we've kind of had to wait around a bit because we did obviously go from CBeebies Land down to X Sector, and we was gonna ride Oblivion, but unfortunately it's closed. So I'm a bit sad about that, because Oblivion is probably one of my favourite rides here. Even though it's short and sweet, it's one of my favourites.
Yeah.
But for the time it would have taken us to walk somewhere else, and then the queue time, it were then too late for us to then have us fast track for the Smiler, so we just kind of went on a few amusements, had a bit of something to eat, and then obviously went on the Smiler for his fast track time, so it's not too bad.
No, so where are we heading next, Phoebe?
We're heading back over to Dark Forest, because we've got us fast track for 13, and then once we've done that we've got us fast track for Wicker Man. So these fast tracks are coming thick and fast now, but then we've got a bit of a gap between us last one for Nemesis Reborn, so we're hopefully people might start going home a bit, so it might get a bit quieter, and hopefully we can try and fit a few more things in between.
So stay with us and we'll see you again when we're at 13.
Well, time for a fast track ride now on 13.
Fast track. We don't have to go down the main queue.
No, it's only just opened back up though, hasn't it? Because it was closed when we came down.
Yeah.
So we're a bit like, oh, what do we do with this fast track? But then as we came down, it opened back up. So the queue time's only 35 minutes, but I reckon as soon as people realise it's back open, it'll soon man up very quickly. But let's go for us ride on 13.
It's time to ride the Wicker Man. Here we go, down the fast pass queue line.
It feels weird coming down here.
It really does.
We even walked the wrong way initially. We're like, oh no, it's down there. But the advertised queue was 110 minutes, so this one is definitely worth it.
Yeah, 110 minutes for the actual queue line, and we've got fast track, so we'll let you know how long it takes us when we come off.
Yeah. Right, so a lot has kind of happened since Wicker Man, hasn't it?
Yeah.
Because obviously we did have a fast track, and like we said earlier, we are here with family and friends, and we had to go get some stuff sorted out at guest services because rides have been closed up, and
It has been really poor availability today.
it's just been a very chaotic day.
Yeah.
And we had to obviously go get stuff sorted at guest services. That took an hour and a half, so that took up a lot of time, and obviously that's why it's now gone from being light to dark. But obviously we've got us now final fast track of the day on Nemesis, and I think it will be his last ride of the day as well, because
It's absolutely freezing.
really cold. So we're just gonna get this ride done and get going. And I think, how many have we managed to do? Is this 8?
Something like that, yeah.
Roughly something like that, 8 maybe 9. I'll have to obviously watch back through and see how many we did get done. But yeah, let's get going on a night ride on Nemesis. Yeah.
Right guys, that's the end of our video here at Alton Towers.
Yeah, to try and see how many rides we can get on in one day. And It's been an eventful day.
It has.
We've just counted up and we've only managed to get on 8 rides. And that is only
Because
including
we had the fast track.
for 4 of them. So if we didn't have that fast track for 4 of them,
We'd have only got 4.
I'd have reckon we'd have got on at least like them other 4 that we did get on. I reckon we'd have potentially got on 2.
True.
Well, I say that, but then we potentially would have got in a queue for something for it to then close, to then not get on it, to then have to join another queue that were like 2 hours long.
That's it. Operations operations and ride availability have been not very good today.
No, not at all. Because like you say, you could be queuing up. Like when we went to guest services, there were loads of people that have said that they've been only on 2-3 rides today because they've been stood in a queue for 2 hours, got to close to the front, and then being told, "Oh no, it's broken down, so you can't obviously get on it now."
So so then they've advised you to go to another ride. You go to that ride. By the time you get there, queued up again.
It's closed. Or you'll walk over. It'll say that it's open. You'll walk over to it, and then it's closed. Because obviously Skyride hadn't been open either today, which we thought it might have been, but it didn't. So you're obviously walking from different areas of the park. It's like 20 minutes each area, and that's a lot of walking to do, especially when you can look at the app. It says, "Oh yeah, something's open." By the time you've walked 20 minutes over to it, it's then closed. So it's a lot of time wasted just going to and from the rides, not even just waiting for them.
And that's it. And with Nemesis Fast Track, because Galactica was closed, they'd sent everyone to
Nemesis.
So that just wasn't worth it, was it?
No, the queue for the Nemesis Fast Track was ridiculous. At one point, it was literally just going, like, he had to constantly let fast track people through because it was just building up so much that people obviously would be complaining about it otherwise.
Yeah.
So it was ridiculous, but like you say, if you can afford fast track, it is worth it because you do end up getting on more rides.
Yeah.
But obviously it's one of them things where it can be a lot of money if you want it for a lot of the rides, but
Very true.
if you are coming on a busy day, I would recommend it.
But yeah, I'd recommend getting it for the odd few rides, especially if there's specific rides you want to go on.
Yeah, if there is if there's specific rides where the queues just don't go down at all throughout the day, buy a single fast track for it because they are worth it.
Yeah, like obviously we had one for the Smiler and that was so quick.
Yeah, I think out of all the rides today, the Smiler's fast track was the only one that's worked efficiently. All the others have been a bit give and take.
Yeah.
So it's not been too bad. Like you say, for opening day you expect some
A few hiccups.
but not like the Water Day.
No.
Not at all. But hey well.
Hey well. So anyway, if you're new to this channel, please don't forget to hit that subscribe button.
Thanks so much.
And we'll see you next time. Bye.